Good evening friends, study with Apala Engineering and Journal Geology Parvin book. Physiographic feature अकॉर्डिंग्स हम पढ़ रहे थे लेक फॉर्मेशन. सो ओरिजिन ऑफ लेक बेसन अकॉर्डिंग हम पढ़ चुके हैं टेक्टोनिक एक्टिविटी, वॉल्केनिक एक्टिविटी, ग्लेशियल एक्टिविटी एंड नेक्स्ट फ्लूविटाइल activity. What is this? So river erosions and river depositions are others to process responsible for creating many basins of temporary characters. The numerous small size cut off loop lake or oxbow lakes associated with meandering rivers are common example of river burn lake basin, and the well known dull and the Wooler Lake of Kashmir are believed to be detached and modified meander loop of the river Jhelum. Similar lakes are also found in the delta of the Mississippi River. Groundwater activity. Groundwater may create many lake basins, especially in limestone areas, by its solvent actions. These basins may result from direct dissolutions of an area or by formation of caves and subsequent collapse of the roof of the caves. Hence, the dolines types of lakes are simple circular depressions carved out of limestones by solutions action. The deep lake of Florida is an example. Miscellaneous type according. So lake basin of considerable magnitudes may also be created by numerous other processes, of which the following are more important. Wind actions, erosions by wind is deserts may create deflations, hollows that may get filled up with water temporarily and forms lakes. And similarly, as wind blows sands may forms barriers against others valleys and create lake basins, arid areas of South Africa. So lake basin of first types are the Moses and Moses कह सकते हैं. Lake in Washington is believed to be example of the second type. Landslides when occurring across the course of rivers, slides can create temporary dams and thus forms reservoirs or lakes of considerable volumes. Such lakes are commonly temporary in character and bursting of the dam may often result in flash flood in a few cases. However, the rocks blocks may become stable and thus give rise to lake basins of worthwhiles. Character. The lake Ceres in the Parmis is an example. So organic activity corals. A group of small organisms live in colonies and may build mounds or heap in shallow seas, and such corals deposits are often raised above sea levels due to fall in sea levels in circling water bodies that meet the definitions of a lake. Man himself is the strongest of organism and has created hundreds of big dams on the earth, creating as many artificial lake called the reservoir. And the meteoric impact. Meteorites are believed to have been the cause of many hollows on the body of the earth, and some of these hollows stand filled with water, forming lake. Examples of such basins are found in Siberia and Quebec. So geological work of lake. Lake performs the work of erosions and deposition just like sea, but on a lesser scales. Lake waters usually undergoes a turbulent type movement under the combined actions of wind drift, discharge from the source and density current. The last named currents result from the cold water moving at a great depth. A difference in temperature of the water in the lakes from top to bottom may result even in the turnover of water in a lake. It happens when the temperatures is in the top layer falls. This layer become cold and dense and heavier compared to lower layers and hence virtually sink. Such turnovers is possible only in stringent or semi-stringent lakes. When the lake water is draining, it will not occur for obvious reasons. The circulation of lake water is not capable of performing high degree of erosion in terms of abrasions. Corrosive actions, however, may be quite considerable where rocks are of a suspectable composition. The lakes are in general very good rus- uh, receptacles for sediments and give rise to typical deposits called lacustrine deposit. The deposits of fresh water and consist mostly of clastic sediment and organic materials contributed to them by the source stream. Since most lake may not have vast flowing outlets, the rate of sedimentations may in itself be a factor responsible for the gradual death and destructions of the lake. The Karavas of Kashmir, forming a major part of Kashmir Valley, are clearly the lake deposit to a great extent. Importance of lakes, and lakes especially bigger ones are important for a reason in which they occur in many ways. They exert a significant influence on the climate of the regions by acting reservoirs of moisture for the atmosphere at a local level. So they also act as natural regulators for the streams, acting as their local base level. Lakes can accommodate enough extra volumes of waters during heavy rains and hence help in averting and flood. Similarly, the water stored in the lakes can be of great help in drought and so for short periods by serving as a local base levels of erosions for the stream. In a particular regions, lake exert are controlling influence on the drainage systems of an area. And Indian examples. India does not have many lakes. There are only a few notable lakes in the big country. The well-known lake of Kashmir, the Woolers and the Dal are both freshwater lake that has formed as a detached loop of an original river. So these occur as water-filled depressions in the alluviums of the river Jhelum. There are several lakes on the western coast which are simply backwaters of the sea that have been separated by narrow bars and formed across them. These are better described as a lagoon. The Sambar Lake and for Rajasthan's and lines between Jodhpur and Jaipur is 240 kilometers square in area. Thank you.